Katt Williams has always been a man who speaks the truth, and now, what he predicted 2 years ago is finally coming to light. The full list of celebrities connected to Diddy's trial has been revealed, and the names are raising eyebrows. Given Diddy's influence in the entertainment industry, it's no shock that some of the biggest stars were mentioned in court. Some appeared in testimonies, while others were included on the jury's list to ensure there were no personal ties that could affect the case. One of the most surprising names: Kanye West. Diddy first broke his silence after Kanye publicly demanded his release from prison. Currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn on serious charges, Diddy posted a short but powerful message on Instagram, thanking Ye for his support. Alongside that post, he shared a link to the Yeezy website, where Kanye announced an unexpected collaboration between Yeezy and Diddy's iconic fashion brand, Sean John. The news stunned fans, especially since the two clashed back in 2022 over Kanye's controversial White Lives Matter shirts. But now, Kanye is not only supporting Diddy, he's also pledging to split profits from the Yeezy x Sean John collab evenly, since Diddy can't legally collect income while locked up. This sudden shift in their relationship has left many people talking. But Kanye's involvement hasn't come without backlash. His posts included offensive remarks about Jewish people, as well as harsh shots at Diageo, the liquor company Diddy had sued before his arrest. Kanye even released a track after Diddy's arrest, featuring Diddy's son, Christian King Combs, and what's believed to be a recorded phone call with Diddy straight from prison.
You know what I'm saying? It's wicked, 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 so you be careful.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing with it. It's deep. You know what I'm saying? I need you out there, you feel me?
Yeah. I hear you. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And have some fucking fun. Because
Yeah.
we're not having no fun and they get behind the mic, have some fun, chop up them samples, get back on your headband, ride,
Yeah.
have some fun, get back to smiling.
Yeah.
These other motherfuckers, they waste your time, big. You know what I'm saying?
Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, has made a surprise appearance at Sean Diddy Combs' criminal trial on Friday. He expressed support for his fellow rapper as he defends against trafficking charges.
Christian and Justin Combs, Diddy's sons, were thrust into the spotlight during the 2024 raid on their father's mansion, when both were seen in handcuffs. Christian now faces his own legal battle over an alleged assault from 2022, while Justin has remained largely in the background. Despite their own troubles, both brothers showed up in court to stand by their father. But not everyone sees their loyalty as a good thing. Former bad boy bodyguard Gene Deal has suggested that Diddy's sons are simply following the same destructive path he set, and in doing so, may have unintentionally played a role in sending their father to prison.
This place could be half of a basketball court. That's where they just got lines of computers with officers of all different people and officers just on the internet. Whoever's over that case, whoever's working that case, don't you know they saw that and took it to their boss? You might think it's petty, but it's not. You do not agitate a lion with a pork chop. And that's what that kid did, bro.
Some people feel like, Diddy, he played a part in that video coming out too. Him being spotted with Stevie J, smiling at the camera. A lot of people blame him too.
But bro, what did I tell you? He's such a narcissist that he has to be in the public. Listen to me. They just caught him on TMZ today or yesterday or something like that walking.
Respect for that, man. But what you think about the diss record that King Combs came out with, where he was coming at 50 and coming at everybody, coming at his dad? Like, how you feel about that record?
Well, first I want to say to this young man, before somebody take his head off, because see, that's that new school bull crap that these kids out here, they easy to fly out their mouth with that. You don't invite a man to your private. You don't invite a man to your private unless you doing the Diddy. If two men lay down, how many homos get up? Let me tell you, young man, 2 of them. You understand? So don't invite a man to your private, because that man will see you and take your head off. Especially somebody like 50. You don't send or let a boy do a man's job. I don't know if he need that type of attention or he want that type of attention. Evidently he do. But 50 is the wrong dude that you want to do that type of attention, get that kind of attention from, bro. In the infamous words of Waka Flocka, that nigga go hard in the paint. And I don't believe that this cat would even put out some trash like that and really didn't know what he was doing. He's teasing the federal government. And I told y'all, the Southern District of New York do not play. So King Kong just put another battery in their back. And you see after he did that shit, something get leaked to the press. Do you notice that, right? As soon as he did that dumb shit, talking about, well, we did this and we did that. We had this over here, y'all went to the wrong house. Some went to, he said, well, we're gonna show you how wrong we are. Yo, CNN, run this. Action, roll them. Don't play with the feds, bro. Because you got to realize this. They got a lot of time. All they got is time.
Aubrey O'Day, the former Denite Kane singer, has never held back when it comes to Diddy. She's repeatedly called him a soulless man and claimed that working under him completely altered the course of her life. Her outspoken criticism has only added more weight to the long list of voices painting a darker picture of Diddy's legacy.
Star witness taking the stand in the Sean Diddy Combs trafficking and racketeering trial. Scott Biscotti, also known as rapper Kid Cudi, just finished testifying about what he says happened with Combs in 2011 and 2012. Biscotti had a brief relationship with Cassie Ventura during this time, and Combs allegedly made threats against him because of it. Biscotti testifying that he believes Combs actually broke into his house and testified that a few months later, a Molotov cocktail was placed on his Porsche, damaging his car. He told the jury he reached out to Combs after his car caught fire and described him with his hands behind his back like a Marvel supervillain.
Kim Porter, Diddy's latex partner and the mother of 3 of his children, was also brought up during questioning, particularly regarding the timeline of his relationship with Cassie. In November 2018, at just 47 years old, Kim passed away under what many still consider mysterious circumstances. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner, her cause of death was lobar pneumonia, a severe lung infection, and it was officially ruled as natural causes. Reports at the time noted she had been struggling with flu-like symptoms in the days before her death. But despite the medical findings, speculation spread almost immediately. Online discussions and theories questioned whether her death was as simple as the official story suggested, with some even whispering about possible foul play.
Do you fear at all for your safety or what life looks like if he is back out in the world?
I fear for the messaging that we're going to be giving any newcomers in the industry. And by the way, entertainment is the one that's glamorized and that stands out the most, let's say. Yeah. She's the it girl. Politics is a little bit over to standing right on our neck. But we're representational of everybody. The people you see on TV you can like or not like, you probably have your favorites. I definitely should be one of your favorites, hopefully. But I probably mirror back to you when you watch me things that you really resonate and feel in your everyday life as well. Yeah. You know, we're all just people experiencing things at the end of the day. So, you know, I would be very scared as to what type of messaging this would give people about relationships and behaviors and what you can get away with when you're powerful. And, you know, I'm sure this gave a lot of people that maybe are unstable new ideas for sexual behaviors. I'm I'm really wanting to make sure that everybody is highly aware of how vast and wide the response of this jury is going to read for everyone. You might think you're detached from it and that you're watching an entertainment show of those entertainment people that have nothing to do with you in your everyday, but you'll be surprised how quickly it does.
So your fear more so lies in the repercussions this has for the wider industry and less about Diddy may come after you.
Yeah, I mean, if he were to walk free, he's coming after everybody. Yeah, and in my opinion, I would feel very comfortable suggesting that there would be a lot of danger out there to be had and felt.
The theories surrounding Kim Porter's death only grew stronger when singer L.B. Shaw, her former partner and the father of her eldest son, Quincy, spoke out. He revealed that Kim had confided fears about her safety in the time leading up to her death. L.B. Shaw even suggested that she may have left behind diaries or personal writings that could reveal what she was truly going through. Most shocking of all, he openly described her passing not as a natural loss, but as a tragic murder.
Opening of the passing of Kim Porter and getting the book out so people can hear from Kim in her own words. Everything she was tricked into doing, everything she was forced into doing, everything she had to hide that was happening around her, and the moment when she decided, I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna stop this freak, and I'm not gonna let him hurt another woman. I think for me, the reopening of her cause of death and that autopsy would be like one of the greatest testimonies for any of the Diddy victims. There are so many Diddy victims, and they don't know, but they need to know. They need to read that book. They need to see what she sacrificed for her children. Everyone needs to know Kim Porter's actual story. She was a really remarkable woman in so many different ways.
You gotta realize, man, Kim's death wasn't even investigated, bro. Her death wasn't even investigated. And it should have been a proper investigation so all the family members can feel like that there was no foul play in her death. How is it that you know how we are as a people? I don't believe that 10% of your viewers that's watching this don't keep their phone when they go to sleep in arm reach. How is it that there was no electronic products or gadgets around Kim's bed? Her laptop missing, her cell phone's missing. Everything is missing that she could get in touch with her little girls if they not at home or her friends or family. All that's missing. How is it that, and this is hearsay, that the detectives did not even view the body in the bed where she died at? That the coroner them had already removed her, pronounced her dead, and told the detectives them that it was no foul play. And if that is true, as I've heard it, and we read certain things on the internet about it, that case need to be reopened. We know that Kim, and it's in the this is in the documentation. Shout out to paperwork, at the paperwork part. I gotta shout him out, man, because he looked in the paperwork and it said Kim received a massage for about an hour when she's supposed to have full-blown pneumonia. Who gives somebody a massage when they got pneumonia?
These theories gained traction when singer L.B. Shaw, Porter's former partner and father of her oldest son, Quincy, publicly stated that she had voiced fears about her safety. He hinted that she may have left behind diaries or writings that could shed light on her state of mind, and he went as far as to call her death a tragic murder.
Hinting, saying,
posting, I get calls, take it down or else, so on and so forth.
But this is about Diddy, so let's be clear for everybody that doesn't know.
Diddy, who's about to, his trial's about to start. Yeah, yes. They're selecting a jury.
But you were on this train years ago.
Yes, many, many years ago. I posted some information that was, basically trying to save my life. And thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way to, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth. And I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special, and she was doing just fine. In fact, we were all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby. Sean, myself, the children, all having a great time, and I'm, grabbing Sean like, what? And she's in the back going, stop, So it was a really festive opportunity just for all of us to be together, because it's nothing like the circus that's out here. So it was a lot of the stuff, came to surprise, but a lot of the stuff will be revealed.
Speculation reached new heights with the release of a controversial book titled Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, published under a pseudonym. The book claimed to draw from Porter's private writings, portraying her as a woman who had been mistreated and living in fear before her death. While the memoir quickly grabbed headlines, those closest to Kim, including her own family, dismissed it as fake and exploitative. Diddy's legal team also blasted the book, calling it nothing more than a shameless attempt to profit from tragedy. But not everyone was convinced. Singer Jaguar Wright went even further, suggesting that Diddy himself may have been behind the release of the book, using it for reasons far more devious than anyone could imagine.
Highly paranoid right before Kim passed away. And when he found out that her and Cassie were still secretly talking and meeting, it became a very explosive situation for everyone who knew about it. I hate the fact that she felt so terrified to tell the truth about the man that she had 3 biological children with, that she felt the need to have to be as covert as she was. But I'm grateful that Kim got her truth to people that she trusted. Problem is she didn't know who she could trust and couldn't trust. I have no doubt in my mind that pieces of that memoir have been acquired by the home team, and that bad actors were incorporated so that they could put just enough spin to create reasonable doubt in the jury pool. It's a smart play, because there is no way that these 2 people who really had absolutely nothing to do with anyone involved got this much information directly from Kim Porter. It didn't happen. I'm telling you that now. And every person that they have these salacious stories built around are people that Diddy has issues with. It lined up too good in his favor when you really think about it. And if I were him and I had a team of PR agents, the first thing that I would have done is let's get our hands on a piece of the book, get as much as we can. We'll take as much trash as we can, throw it around it, and put it out there.
Usher was another big name that surfaced during the trial, one of Diddy's earliest protégés. Discovered and signed to LaFace and Arista by L.A. Reid, Usher moved in with Diddy when he was just 13 years old. Looking back, Usher has said, "I got a tutor, went to New York City, and he began to show me the ropes. Some of the most valuable lessons I could ever learn as an entrepreneur came from that time with him, the drive to create and to make sure your vision actually gets executed." But that experience has a darker side. In an old interview with Howard Stern, Usher admitted he would never send a kid to Diddy's so-called flavor camp, hinting that what went on behind the scenes was far from ordinary.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
what
like a living.
Life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Usher's name didn't just come up in connection to his early years with Diddy. It also resurfaced in courtroom testimony from Dawn Richard. She described a disturbing incident in 2010 at a West Hollywood restaurant, where she claimed Diddy turned aggressive toward Cassie during what seemed to be a private conversation. According to Richard, Cassie suddenly leaned over in pain before leaving the table. Others reportedly at the scene included Usher, N.A.O., Jimmy Iovine, and Big Daddy Kane. Richard went on to say that yet another altercation unfolded in the car afterward, details that left the courtroom tense as she recounted them. And if that wasn't enough, Usher's name was linked to something even more shocking. Claims that he played a role in helping Diddy get close to Justin Bieber, of all people.
I've been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there.
Jennifer Lopez also came up during testimony, mentioned by makeup artist Mila Morales, who once worked with her as a client. Lopez, of course, famously dated Diddy in the late 1990s and was right by his side in 1999 when he was arrested after that infamous New York nightclub incident.
Deliberations, the jury now appears to be focusing on the gun possession and bribery charges against Sean Puffy Combs. This afternoon, jurors sent the judge 2 notes, one of which asked for a transcript of a phone message Combs left Wardell Fenderson, once his driver, now the prosecution's star witness. During the trial, Fenderson testified that Combs was armed the night of the shooting at Club New York and later pressured him to claim ownership of a pistol police found when they pulled over Combs' Lincoln Navigator as it fled the shooting.
And I just want to make you feel like comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Make your family feel comfortable.
What exactly Combs meant by that is in dispute, but the prosecution claims the rapper offered Fenderson $50,000 or a diamond ring to take the rap for the gun. The jurors also wanted to hear a readback of testimony relating to Combs' former girlfriend, actress-singer Jennifer Lopez, who was in the Navigator when it was stopped by police. An officer testified that everyone in the SUV was ordered to put their hands on the vehicle, But Lopez walked away, saying she was going home. As she was being detained, a gun was discovered in the vehicle. At that point, a sergeant on the scene ordered everyone who was in the vehicle under arrest. The officer quotes Lopez as saying, "It's not..."
Ironically, it later came to light that both of them may have set up their so-called innocent protege to take the fall, allowing themselves to slip away from justice.
When I was a 18-year-old kid, just wanting to do nothing other than make my mother proud and make Belize proud and do what all of us want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him, and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe that relationship. Yes, I forgave, I moved on, but let us not pretend as if I was in Miami for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I spent a birthday with him once.
I
saw a birthday cake.
Went again to do a charity event for impoverished youth in London. So let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on, and for the better interest of Belize, because he was in a position at that time to give scholarships and to maybe invest. I would not deny attempting to bring the investment to Belize and to bring the contributions to education to Belize, but don't distort it as if, he and I were bombale. This is someone that destroyed my life.
Jennifer Lopez, when she's finally held accountable for the part she played.
Do you think they'll bring up charges on Jennifer Lopez?
They better. She committed perjury. Last time I checked, there's no statute of limitation on perjury. We can start there. Let's bring Jenny to the cell block. She's been to every other block.
All Jennifer Lopez had to do was marry a white boy, Oscar winner, for people to stop remembering that she had a gun in her pocketbook. She had gunshot residue on her hands the night that Natanya was shot at that club. For all we know, that bullet came from the gun that was in her hand. And not once has she spoken up for the betterment of that woman. Not once has she donated to her family or for her medical bills that she's still paying, or say something in her defense to stop Puffy from gaslighting her and trying to put hits out on her because he was afraid that maybe one day they would open the case and she still has the bullet fragments in her face. Like J-Lo has said nothing.
Do you think the truth about these celebrities will finally come to light in the near future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think.